All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on a process that happens in countless companies every single day, creating a purchase requisition in SAP. This is the absolute first step for any official company purchase, and we're going to break down exactly how it's done. So, picture this. Your team is crushing it, but you need some new equipment to hit that next big deadline. Or maybe you're just running low on critical supplies. You can't just go out and buy it, right? There's got to be an official process. So how do you actually ask the company to buy something for you?
Well, that official ask has a specific name, and it's what kicks off the entire purchasing process inside a company.
It's called a purchase requisition, or PR for short. Now, the most important phrase here is internal document. A PR never, ever leaves the company. It's your formal way of tapping the purchasing department on the shoulder and saying, hey, we need this. It's not a purchase order yet, and that's crucial. It's a request that needs to get approved first, which is key for keeping budgets in check. And a PR is incredibly versatile. It's not just for buying standard, off-the-shelf stuff. You can use it for subcontracting, where you actually give materials to a vendor to do a job for you. It can be for consignment stock that you keep on site but only pay for when you use it. Or for external services, like hiring a maintenance crew. You can even use it for a stock transfer, just to move goods from one of your company's locations to another. It's a real workhorse.
Okay, enough with the theory, right? Let's get our hands dirty and actually walk through how to create one. I promise it's way more straightforward than it might seem.
In the world of SAP, almost everything you do starts with a special code, called a transaction code, or T code. To create a brand new purchase requisition, the magic code you need to remember is ME51N. So you'll just go right up to this command field at the top of your screen, type in ME51N, and hit enter. That's it. That's the key that unlocks the door. And boom, this is the screen that pops up. On the left, you see our blank canvas, where we're starting, and our goal, to fill in the key details and make it look just like the completed form you see there on the right. This gives you a really clear picture of where we're headed. Now, I know that screen might look a little busy, but for a basic request, you really only need to worry about 5 key fields. We're going to knock them out one by one.
First up is the material. This is simply the unique code for the item you're ordering. Getting this right is so important. It makes sure you get the exact thing you need and avoids any costly mix-ups. Second, the quantity. Pretty self-explanatory, right? How many do you actually need? This is critical for making sure you don't order too much or too little. Third is the plant. This code just tells SAP which of your company's facilities or locations is making the request. It's vital for things like shipping and budgeting. Fourth, we get even more specific with the storage location. This tells the warehouse team the exact spot within that plant where the item should be delivered. And number 5 is the valuation price. This is just the estimated cost of the item. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it's really important because the system uses this price to figure out who needs to approve the purchase. Once those 5 fields are filled out, you just hit save. And you'll get this awesome confirmation message right at the bottom of the screen along with your new unique purchase requisition number. And that's it. Success! So your request is officially in the system. But how do you go back and find it later to, check on its status? Let's take a look at how you can verify your PR. For this, we've got a new T code, ME5A. I like to think of the A as standing for analysis or all. This is your go-to for listing and reporting on any PRs that are already in the system. When you type in ME5A, you get this selection screen. It lets you filter and search for exactly what you're looking for. You could just pop in the material number or the plant code you used, and it'll help you find your specific request out of potentially thousands. And once you run the report, there it is. Your request is now an official line item in the system, all queued up and waiting for the purchasing department to take the next step. Okay, time for a quick pro tip. If you ever get into reporting or maybe have to troubleshoot something, it really helps to know what's going on under the hood. So let's take a peek at where SAP is actually storing all this data. Every single piece of information you entered is stored in a database table. For purchase requisitions, the main table you need to know is called EBAN. That's where all the general data lives. Another key one is EKET. Just knowing these table names can be a huge help if you ever need to build a custom report or do some deep dive analysis. And this really brings us back to the core idea. This whole process is all about one thing, formally gathering requirements.
The purchase requisition is the tool that turns a simple need into structured, actionable data that the whole organization can use. And that's a wrap. You've successfully created and verified a purchase requisition in SAP. But of course, this is just the first step. So your request is in the system. What happens next? How does this internal request become an official purchase order that goes out to a vendor? Well, that's a topic for another explainer.